Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, safety, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this word, truth, and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. So I want to you brothers. And I want to do a lesson on a video by the beloved brother Arrows of Indignation 144, a video that he put up. It says, a season of strikes, employees all throughout Babylon are on strike. And I'm going to play this clip.
A season of strikes. We are more than 2 weeks into the UAW strike, but that is not the only industry now gearing up to hit the picket lines. News Nation correspondent Ryan Bass is joining us live tonight. Ryan, the calls for a strike are spreading beyond just the auto industry.
It's across every industry you can imagine right now, Natasha. And speaking just specifically on the auto industry, it's not just the UAW with the big three that's dealing with a work stoppage amid negotiations right now. Also, UAW represents Mack Trucks. So about 4,000 workers who make Volvos, they could be walking off the job as soon as tomorrow. So it is far-reaching. America is on strike right now, Natasha. From the TV you watch, the car you drive, to potentially the next vacation you take, workers everywhere are taking a stand. On day 17 of the United Auto Workers strike, the union isn't backing down. So far, about 20,000 of the UAW's 150,000 members have walked off the job across 20 states, impacting the big three automakers as the union head demands pay raises and better benefits.
It's the war of the working class versus corporate greed. We are the new arsenal of democracy. The workers are the liberators, and our strike is the vehicle for liberation.
The UAW also oversees about 3,500 workers at 3 Detroit casinos who just authorized the strike that could start in mid-October. And next week, 75,000 healthcare workers at Kaiser Permanente could walk off the job if they don't reach a deal with the healthcare giant. It's just the latest in this season of strikes hitting all angles of the workforce.
Nobody wants to go on strike. It's a question of whether it's necessary or not.
Ted Papageorge is helping to lead negotiations in Las Vegas, where members of both the Culinary Workers Union and the Bartenders Union have greenlit a strike that could slam Sin City, causing tens of thousands of workers who cook the meals, mix the drinks, and clean the suites to walk out. And Americans seem to stand with unions nationwide. A recent Gallup poll from August showed the U.S.'s approval of labor union is at 71%, its highest point since 1965. It's what has union leaders confident that workers can get what they deserve.
One of the only ways to deal with these giant corporations, because really you're just a number, is to stick together and band together. And that's what a union is. It's a bunch of strong individuals saying, you know what, I need to do better for my family, and I'm going to do it, and I'm not alone.
Ted told me they've been negotiating with the big three casinos, MGM, Caesars, and the Wynn since June and have yet to strike a deal. He said they have another round of talks coming up early on this week, but if a deal is not reached, then we could see a strike officially happen in the Sin City the first week of October. Just in time, by the way, Natasha, for Las Vegas' signature event that's coming next month. That would be the Grand Prix F1 race. And if this strike was to happen, it could significantly impact that mega event for the Sin City. Natasha, everywhere across our country being impacted by strikes right now.
And this is going to be the new norm. This is going to be the new norm. Very soon, a lot of these people that's working out here, very soon, they ain't going to be working no more. A lot of people are going to be losing their jobs. And that's the result of that's going to be the result of America crumbling. And America's crumbling. America being known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures is crumbling, man. Matter of fact, that's the book of Isaiah, the 19th chapter. The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 14 to 15. The Lord had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit. So like, bear with me. I'm gonna read it again. The Lord Yahweh Shad had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his vomit. Verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. That's right, man. Very soon, a lot of these people, they're gonna be losing their jobs out here, man. These people that's working 9-to-5 jobs, these people that own certain companies. Just like what happened back in 2020, a lot of people, they were losing their jobs, man, because when society hit, when that C-19 came, a lot of people, they started to lose their jobs. But now I believe a lot of people, they got back their companies. But very soon, everybody out here is gonna be struggling, man. But the Lord's gonna look after His elect. Even those certain celebrities, they're gonna be struggling. I'm gonna read it again. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Because society is gonna crumble, man. Why do you think a lot of the food prices starting to skyrocket? Why do you think gas is gonna skyrocket? Why do you think these certain rent is starting to skyrocket on an all-time high? Because inflation, man. Inflation is gonna continue to go up, man. And very soon, these people, they're going to lose it out here, man. America, Babylon the Great, is falling. It's falling, man. Matter of fact, then there's the book of Revelation. Book of Revelation, chapter 18, I'm going to start at verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Verse 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. That's right, man. So Babylon the Great, America, Babylon the Great is falling, man. This society is crumbling as we speak, man. You can't heal Babylon anymore, man. Because the Lord gave Esau, Edom a certain period of time to rule on the earth, man. Verse 3, for all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth had committed Salakia. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That means a lot of these other nations, man, they adopted the ways of America, Babylon the Great, man. For all the nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. That's right, man. So America, Babylon the Great, is going to get hit with plagues. One of those plagues being the ICBM nuclear missiles, the 200 million ICBM nuclear missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles that's going to be shot off by Russia, from Russia, China, North Korea, and these other countries, man. Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh Shai have remembered her iniquities. Verse 6, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works, and the cup which she had filled to her double. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. That's right. How much she glorified and lived deliciously by way of putting the so-called, our people, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in captivity. And those same people, Edomites, so-called white people, they reap the benefits of our captivity, man. Right along with the other nations that come to this country, that come to this place. And they reap the benefits of the captivity of what our people, our forefathers, had to go through, man. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she has said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. That's right. So Babylon, these people think that Babylon, is going to be, they think America, Babylon the Great, is the greatest country in the world, and it's never going to fall. They're going to be the booming economy forever. But but very soon there's going to be a time when there's going to be no more work, man. And if there's no more work, then things are going to start to dwindle. Things are going to start to turn into shambles, man. Why do you think a lot of these certain Walmarts? There was a video of a Walmart, I believe. I think somewhere in the Midwest over there in Iowa, a lot of those empty shelves in certain places in Iowa, man. But very soon, there's going to be empty shelves. It's going to be a new normal thing to see empty shelves everywhere, man. That's going to be in the times that we're living in, man. Because a lot of people, they're going to be in that spirit of panic buying, just like how they did back in 2020. Because the elites, man, they ran a test on you Babylonians, man. The elites, they know what's going on. They planning this whole time, man. But you people are just too dumb. You jakes out there are too caught up with the entertainment world to realize what's going on, because you too caught up with the ways of this world, man. You're not paying attention to the prophecies that's going on out here, man. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works, in the cup which she had filled to her double. How much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I said a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh Bashmel Shai power, who judged her. That's right, man. One of those plagues being the nuclear missiles that's going to annihilate Babylon the Great. This place is going to get hit with nuclear missiles, man. Verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and live deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, thy great city, Babylon, thy mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. Verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buy their merchandise anymore. And that's a result of, America being destroyed, man. Just first and foremost, with a lot of people losing their jobs, the economy closing down, things are starting to skyrocket on an all-time high. This government shutdown that's supposedly it's taking place. Lord willing it does, but if it does takes place, man, that means that the government officials and these people that work for the government officials, basically, they're not going to get paid anymore. They're basically going to be working for free, and a lot of them ain't going for that, man. A lot of them going to quit and basically just walk off. And we pray to Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai, this continue to amplify, and that doesn't dwindle down. Lord willing that these prophecies continue to amplify, because when prophecies start to kick in speedily, hey, call out Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai. That's how we know we almost out of here, man. But we got to be patient, man. We got to be patient we got to be patient and wait for Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manner of vessels of most precious wood and brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. And the fruits of thy and the fruits that thou so lusted after are departed from thee, and all these things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. That's right, man. Verse 15, the mercies of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. Verse 17, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company's ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? That's right, man. So America, Babylon the Great, a lot of other nations, they're gonna see the destruction of this place, man. Book of Jeremiah chapter 51. Verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off. And it's not talking about getting on a plane and fleeing America, Babylon the Great. It's talking about spiritually fleeing from the ways of America, Babylon the Great, man. The ideology, the philosophies, the trends of this world, depart from it, man, and come to the knowledge, wisdom, understanding of Yahweh Shai Shai. Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord Yahweh Shai's vengeance, for he will render unto her a recompense. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. That's right, man. So America, Babylon the Great, has proclaimed to be the powerhouse of all the nations, man. And all the nations, they have drunk of the wine of her fornication, meaning that they adopted the ways of America, Babylon the Great. And therefore, the nations are mad because they forsook their culture and they adopted the culture of America, Babylon the Great. But you do got nations out there that have their own culture, that have their own identity. But a lot of these other nations, you know, they're mad because, for example, a lot of these Arab women over there, or a lot of Arab women that come to this country with their families and their husbands, you know, they adopted the ways of America, Babylon the Great, and the men of these other nations, they're mad, and they should feel every right to be mad because America, Babylon the Great has influenced their women to follow the ways of the Babylonian women. It says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. That made all the earth drunken. The nations are drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Hell for her, take bone for her pain. If so be she may be healed. If so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country. For her judgment reached unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. That's right, man. So Yahweh Shai have remembered the ways of America, Babylon the Great, man. And that's why he's going to render into Babylon a destruction. Babylon, and you can't heal Babylon. Babylon is on its way out, man. This place is on its way out. This place is going to be destroyed, man. Let me see what else I want to get. The book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 11. And I'll punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I'll cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. So the Lord's going to punish the world for their evil, man. Now he's going to get rid of you people, man. You wicked-ass people. Oh, yeah, I forgot to bring this point as well. And when that time comes, man, when people start losing their jobs, the Lord's going to take care of his elect. I forgot to talk about that, Salaki. I was going to get into that. Yahweh Shai is going to take care of his elect, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to get some scriptures proving that. like during the times of famine. Was that Isaiah 65 and 15? Book of Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 13. Therefore thus said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai power, behold my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So very soon when these people out here losing their jobs and there's no more food in these grocery stores, convenience stores, these Targets, these Walmarts, these Santa Claus, etc., the Lord's going to take care of his elect, man. Because there's going to come a certain time when the Lord's going to work miracles out here, man. I'm going to the book of Job. It's the book of Job, the 20th chapter and verse. Salakia. Job chapter 5, verse 20. Book of Job chapter 5 and verse 20. I'm starting verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Verse 20. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Verse 21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction of famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. That's right, man. When a lot of these people losing their jobs, they're going to be miserable, man. But we're going to be laughing. We're going to be rejoicing, man, because we know that the fall of America, Babylon the Great, is coming, man. We're going to be rejoicing because we ain't got to work for this devil Esau Edom no more, man. When that time comes, brothers are going to be rejoicing, man. Sisters are going to be rejoicing. We're going to be rejoicing, man. But that's pretty much it, man. I want to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Padash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Peace, safety, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this word, true, and sincerity to the 4 corners of the earth. I want to say DTA, Abab, soon, Shalom.